What is happening, guys? Mike here. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I got a few cool things to share with you. Some new stuff, a couple of updates, things like that. I'm going to be going over the new Blumaan Gift Set here that I just got. Really psyched about this. I'm going to be going over all of that. I'm also going to be giving you guys a little Dauntless update and all the details on my newest product here, the texture powder. First, though, let's talk about this Blumaan Gift Set here. I had no idea they were even putting this thing out. They usually give me kind of like a heads up on what's coming out, but this thing just showed up on my doorstep and I pulled it out of the box, really, and I said, good God, this thing is sweet. I mean, check this thing out up close. This box alone, just the packaging, the box alone, is enough to get someone excited, but take a look at what it's got inside here. I mean, this set right here is everything that you need. I mean, if you've never tried Blumaan before, or maybe you got like a friend or a family member that you think might love this lineup, this gift set would get them going with everything. You got sample sizes of 4 products here. You got a full-size original by Blumaan, which pretty much goes with everything if they want to pre-style and post-style. I mean, I've even seen people post pre and post with the pomade, honestly. And then you got the Cloud Control hair oil right here. I mean, this thing, that's to get them started with hair health, get them introduced to a tonic. You know, I mean, this is like everything you need in one set, which is pretty freaking cool if you ask me. And honestly, if you're already a fan, it doesn't have to be, you know, somebody new. If you're already a fan of this line, this right here can be a gift for yourself. You know, you want all 4 products, you want to try them, maybe you haven't tried the other 3 or haven't tried Cloud Control, or you want to make a pre-styling comparison. Say you've always wanted to try Original with Monarch, which is one of my personal favorite combinations, but you've never tried it before. This is obviously a really cool way to do it. You can also check out their Discovery Kit, of course. That's an alternative to this, but the Discovery Kit doesn't have the Cloud Control in it, and it doesn't have any full-size products. So here you actually get a full-size Original, and you get a full-size Cloud Control. So I think it's a pretty cool deal. And again, this box is just, I mean, this box must have cost a fortune. Seriously, as somebody who buys packaging, I know how much stuff costs, and this is the real deal. This stuff costs a lot of money, honestly. So well done to the guys over at Blumaan there. I really appreciated getting that, and I think you guys are really going to like that. If you'd like to check out anything from their site, use my code. It's just my name, Mike, at their site. Save yourself a little money. Now, though, let's talk Dauntless here. Things over at Dauntless has been going very well. I am just super thankful to all of you for your support with the Dauntless lineup. I mean, things have actually gotten extremely hard for me to keep up with, if I'm being honest, especially with the wholesale orders. I mean, I honestly knew, you know, if things were going to go the way I thought it would. You know, I had immense faith in this line after all the work that I put in. I knew it was going to get crazy at some point, and I just didn't expect it to get crazy that fast, especially with those partnerships overseas and getting the products out to all you international folks. I love working with distributors in other parts of the world because it saves you guys on shipping and taxes and things like that. So I try to do that as much as possible. And I mean, sometimes I won't even stock my own store. If it means I get them filled up before my own store, then I will actually do that, which is why the texture powder actually has been taking a little bit longer to come out. I was actually making sure all my partners around the world were stocked up first so that you guys overseas didn't have to pay a crap ton of money in order to get this new product. There's also, you know, the whole thing about time. Time is getting just more and more scarce lately. Actually, probably at the time that you're watching this, we are going to be either at the hospital in the process of having or have already had our baby girl. So time is going to be non-existent at this point. You know, I'm super excited though to meet her here. Future Mike will have already met her, so, you know, congratulations, Future Mike from past Mike. You know, I hope everything's going well, I guess. Is that weird? But I am, of course, also super excited to bring her on and let you guys meet her as well. I knew that time, though, was going to be something that I was not going to have a lot of going forward, you know, with the new baby and things getting more and more hectic with orders, larger orders coming in. So I enlisted the help of somebody that I trust immensely to help me with this. You know, if you want to call it an issue, it's one of those problem, not problem type things. It's not really an issue, but it was kind of an issue. I brought Cody Wade Branson in from Flagship. See, he's an incredible craftsman when it comes to making products. I mean, he actually has a really nice warehouse out in Texas. He's already making products for other brands. I mean, things just lined up perfectly. I sent him over my formulas. We did a bunch of tests to make sure that everything was the exact same. He uses the same ingredients I do. He uses the same equipment that I do, the same process. So there is virtually no difference in the products itself. No reformulations, No change in formula. It's literally just being, some of them anyway. I'm still producing small batch stuff for the shop. He's just making larger wholesale orders. But you guys, if you looked at him, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. And he's just been a lifesaver, you know. Again, as far as my shop goes, I am still making that inventory myself from small batches, and everything that comes from Wade, again, has been thoroughly tested. It's the exact same thing, same process. There is no difference there. With that help, though, from him, it has freed me up to start producing some of the cool stuff that I had planned. It was supposed to be for 2020, but, you know, with everything going on, it's obviously going to be pushed up to 2021. But the first thing that is going to come out for this year is this texture powder. And let me tell you, this was something that I wanted to do for quite some time now, and just like the other Dauntless products, I wanted to take the time to make this one worthy of the line and to kind of do it my own way. That is really how I've done the rest of the line after all, so I've done everything my own way. And for this product here, I had some clear goals in my head here. The first was to make it actually work. I wanted it to actually work. I mean, I can't even tell you how many powders that I've tried, reviewed, tested. I've tried a ton of them, and they barely do anything at all. I mean, I've talked about this in past videos. I have gotten powders across my desk, tried it, and I'm like, what the heck is this even doing? You know, and that's not every single one. I'm not going to blanket statement every single one. There are some good powders out there. I mean, I've tried some very good ones, you know, but I definitely have seen a hole that I thought I could fill when it comes to texture powders. So in all, I think I spent around 4 or 5 months making this, you know, consulting Wade, going back and forth, doing different things, testing out different things. And I narrowed this thing down to what I think is a very cool powder. And I'm going to go through all the ingredients actually here for you right now. What we started with was 2 different clays, bentonite and kaolin. Now, bentonite clay actually does quite a few different things, but the main things that I used it for in this formula was texture and volume. Bentonite also provides a tiny bit of hold there, you know, that does help in the hold department too, but mostly I used it for volume and texture. Now, kaolin, on the other hand, though, that one actually provides a really good matte finish and that nice fine dry texture, so that's why I used that there. And then on top of that, because we got these 2 clays in there making things, you know, matte and dry and full of texture, I didn't want the hair to get too dry. I have seen that happen with texture powders in the past where it's just made my hair completely dried out. So we put some aloe in there, and that I think really helps kind of even things out in the dryness department, where you can still tell it's there, it's still serving a purpose, but it's not dehydrating the hair and making it, you know, dried out and crispy, you know, like burnt grass or something like that. And that aloe too actually comes in handy on another part of this as well, the activated charcoal. We've got activated charcoal in this, and what that charcoal is doing specifically is it's cleaning the hair follicle and it's assisting the clays with that texture. So now we got kind of triple texture technology or something like that. I think I'm actually going to use that, you know, triple texture technology. That sounds pretty sweet. You know, we can make some shirts that say it, you know, triple T. No? I mean, they could be bumper stickers too. I mean, this, you know, this is how it works. You throw something out, you see if it sticks. If it doesn't, well, anyways, besides that, you know, triple T action we got going on there, we have arrowroot powder, which combined with the charcoal that I just mentioned acts as kind of like a dry shampoo. So you can actually use this as both a texture styling powder and a dry shampoo for second day hair. This is something that I specifically wanted because I, you know, looking at them, I'm like, why the heck not? Why not? Let's just do it. Let's make it both. On top of that too, on top of all of that too, this has VPVA copolymer in it. What that gives you is hold, actual hold. I wanted this stuff to be a little sticky. So basically what I mean by that is while it's giving your hair that volume, while it's propping it up, while it's giving it all that texture, it's also going to hold it in place. It's going to hold it actually in place so all that stuff sticks around and doesn't just like deflate and fall flat on you after 10 minutes because now you're actually getting some help with keeping that in your hair. I mean, I know this is really exciting stuff. I've been waiting to tell you guys about this for weeks now. This is I'm super excited about this. But I'm not even done yet. That's not even the end of it. I thought about you guys with thin hair, specifically when making this product. Not to say that it's just for people with thin hair, but the idea that have actually come from feedback from you guys with thin hair. I get messages and comments, you know, saying that it's so hard to style for people with thin or fine hair. You know, you can't get volume, you can't get texture, hold sucks on a lot of stuff, you know, it just goes flat, things like that. So I sat down and started thinking about a way that I could help folks with thin or fine hair with this product. And the idea just, you know, light bulb, boom, just hit me. Silica. plumps the hair. So we added some silica to this, and what that does in conjunction with the rest of the ingredients is it actually plumps your hair, it thickens it, it gives it a little life, in other words, and I think it's really going to be a big benefit for you guys with thin or fine hair. This is something that I'm really excited about as well, because I think this is going to finally, it's going to help out some of you guys that write in asking me for help with things like this, you know, when you can't get the things that us, you know, thick-haired folks can naturally get. The last thing that I wanted to mention real quick when it came to designing the product was the size of the bottle too. This is actually a 2-ounce bottle with 1 ounce of product in it. Now, the reason why it's not filled up to 2 ounces, you know, because this product is actually super expensive to produce. We couldn't really, you know, financially go for that, but we did it in a 2-ounce bottle because the 1-ounce bottles that was way too small. I mean, it was much smaller than this, and this is a small bottle. Also, I wanted to specifically do I wanted to do 1 ounce or more. That was my minimum. I was not going to go under 1 ounce because a lot of the texture powders that I've tried and the ones that I see on Amazon or online, they're under an ounce. You know, they're like a half an ounce or 0.75. And I never understood that, you know, so I wanted to give you guys more product for your money. That's how I always want to do it. You guys know with the Dauntless jars, I always try to fill them up. You know, I don't cut it off right at 4 ounces. I just fill up the jar. That's how I like to do it. So I decided I was going to give you guys more powder in the bottle for your money. Inside the bottle too, we have these things, you know, the orifice reducers, and that's what they're called. That's the actual proper name for it. I know that sounds funny, but that's the proper name for them. And I went with that versus, you know, like a shaker or anything like that you've seen. I went with these specifically because I tested a lot of different stuff, and I actually liked these the best because I can do, you know, a couple of different things with it. I can actually pour it into my hand if I want to, and I'll show you that in a second, or I can actually just take it and just apply it straight to the places I want on my head, you know, like put it right down into my roots or something like that, and just, you know, it goes right down into the spot that I want it to go in on my head, and I can do that in several parts of my head and then move it around. It just makes it a lot easier to apply, that I found, so that's why I did that. But now let's see how this works. I know you guys are interested in seeing how this works with styling. The first thing I'm going to do is just give you guys a real quick rundown on what my hair looks like by itself, nothing in it. You can see that right here, just a standard blow dry pretty much. And then what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to just start applying the texture powder. I'm just going to put it all over my head. You can see I'm not using a ton of it. I'm basically just putting it down into my roots. I'm moving it all over the place, and then you can see it go to work right here. You can see it giving it volume. You can see the texture is already coming out. It's also cleaned up because of that hold. The hold is actually controlling it. It's almost like a pre-styler, actually, the way this stuff ends up going. But it feels nice and dry. There is a really good texture, so if your hair gets oily throughout the day, it's gonna help absorb some of that and stop it from eating through your product, or, you know, cutting down on your endurance and things like that. And honestly, for some people, I'm confident that you can actually style your day without having a post styler. You can just use this and be good. For people like me, you know, thicker hair, I do need a post styler if I want to. I mean, I can keep it out of my face all day just like this. You know, I actually have a lot of it in my hair right now. There's no post styler. This is just the powder. I can keep it out of my hair all day long and not use a post styler. But, you know, if I really want a really clean cut look, I will put a little post styler in there. And speaking of that, you can use whatever you want. I mean, I've used this stuff with everything from Cavalier, from Blumaan, my own wax, my own matte paste. I've used it with pomades. You know, I just made that pomade for Shavu. Did you guys see that announcement? That was made by me. I'm super excited. We're going to go over that in the next video. But I used that with this, you know, and it just works. You know, it boosts the texture of anything that you want to use it with. One of my favorite combinations to do with this actually is Cornerstone. You know, the Cornerstone doesn't provide texture, but it's a pre-styler, right? So you put it in your hair, the wet hair, you blow dry it, and then you add a little bit of this. Done deal. You don't even actually have to add anything else because you're getting two products that are providing hold, a lot of stability, texture. You got the structure from the Cornerstone. It's a beautiful thing. It works really well. Now, there is one more thing that I found out totally by accident with this product here. This was actually discovered by me totally by accident. I was actually testing this out, like looking at the powder, getting ready to take some photos or whatever, and I had a bunch of it on my hand, and I went to go wash my hands, just rinse it all off my hands, right? And I actually saw that it created this kind of like a mud consistency, and, you know, I think I did what any normal person would do in that scenario, I was like, I'm going to try this in my hair. I mean, really, what else am I going to do? I'm going to test it out. So I ran to the bathroom immediately. I wetted my hair down. I threw some of this mud in my hair, combed it through. I started blow drying it. And to my pure amazement, we have like this pre-styling, I don't know, matte paste, if you want to call it that. I mean, it's matte. It's got great hold. It's dry. I mean, this completely blew my mind a little bit because I was not anticipating having this actually work that way. But I mean, and honestly, you do have to use quite a bit of powder to get it to actually mud up like that. So it might not be the most economical use of this. I still tend to prefer to do it the way that I designed it to be used because you use far less in the long run, you know, to get the actual great result. But I still think it's very cool that you can actually do this with this, you know, put it in your hand, add a little water, make a little mud out of it. Total pre-styler all the way. Now though, let's talk price. This is an important thing to mention here. So I already mentioned to you guys that it's a full 1 ounce of product. So you're getting a full 1 ounce of product, and the price that I'm going to be putting this on my shop for is $22 shipped. $22 shipped in the US, I should say. And what that means is the price includes the shipping if you're buying from the United States. And the shipping is $4. That's what the United States Postal Service, they're raising their prices, by the way, January 1st. I don't know if you guys know that. People like me get notified of stuff like that because I ship so many packages. So I'm sitting there, I'm going, I hate to keep having to adjust my shipping prices. You know, that just sucks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the base price, 18 bucks is what the base price is, and I'm going to add the shipping onto it. And if they raise it up past that, the price isn't going to go up. You guys won't be affected by it. If you're international, I hate making you guys pay for huge international shipping charges. I mean, it sucks. That's why I work with so many distributors. What I'm going to do though is if you are outside the United States, I'm going to take $4 off your shipping charge to accommodate for the technically $4 that everybody else is paying for shipping. I don't want you to have to pay $22 and then, you know, 19 bucks for shipping, whatever it is. And once again, I'm also going to get this stocked in every country that I possibly can to help ease some of those shipping costs for all of you. So thank you very much for checking out this video. I believe I got through everything I wanted to get through. If I didn't touch on anything and you have some more questions, let me know in the comment section. I'll get back to everybody that I can. I really want to thank you guys for the support with Dauntless here, and I really hope you guys enjoy this new product. I will have about 40 or so for the initial run, where it's a small initial run because I'm going to be sending some out, you know, to reviewers and things like that. I'll actually be giving away 1 or 2 on my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't. I will be giving away some there, and I'll look forward to doing that with you guys. I always love giving away free stuff, so I'll see you guys there when we do that. I really appreciate all of you that are going to check this out too. I hope you guys love it. I worked really hard on it. I really think you guys are going to enjoy it. I think you guys are going to love it, actually. So I'm super stoked about that. In the next video, I'll also be talking about the pomade that I made for Shavu. That was an unbelievable project. I'm going to be going through that line by line, telling you guys what I think about it and how I made it, things like that. So I will look forward to that as well. Thank you so much for an awesome 2020. I hope 2021 is better for everybody. It's been a crazy year, but you know, I'm super fortunate to have all of you guys. So I will see you guys here in the next year. Take it easy. I'll see you next time.